G'day legends. In this video, we're going to take a look at a brand new piano VST, the Shearwater Piano by EASYCORE. This is a really lovely, warm, cozy, beautiful sounding upright piano. And within these sounds, there's kind of three vibes. There is a piano sound, there's a tape piano sound, and then there's our paper piano sound. So it's kind of got these three flavors to choose from, and within those you can tweak them as well. There's a whole bunch of options for tone shaping here. And I'm going to quickly show you these three sounds before we dissect them even further. So let's jump into it and let's check it out. Okay, so this is the Shearwater Piano. Really cool user interface. I love the simplicity of it, and I love this beautiful graphic up the top here. It looks really nice. Now we're going to jump between these three sounds I was talking about. We've got piano, tape, and paper. So let's check this out and I'll skip between them. So that's pretty cool. We've got three very different sounding tones here to play with. And within those, there's a whole bunch of options as well. So if you click on this little settings cog down the bottom, you get to jump into the back of the plugin and you can play with some settings back here. You can play with the pitch bend range. You can play with the velocity curve. You can change the path to where the samples are kept. You can also detune the piano, and you can go into micro tuning as well, which is really cool. So let's explore the piano side a little bit. So we've got our tone slider. Let's check this out. Have a listen to what this does as we play with it. We can go from a really bright, crisp piano sound all the way down to a really warm and cozy, dark piano sound, really soft sounding. So that in itself is awesome. There's so many tonal options just with that one slider. So let's have a look at the mic section. So we've got basic and we've got pro. So on the basic side, we've got two sliders, clarity and room. Let's quickly adjust these and see what they do. So you can hear it's adding some brightness, some detail to it. It's more noticeable when we have the tone up a little bit higher, and you can really hear the brightness come through. When we've got the tone a little bit darker, it's not as obvious. So if you're really chasing a crisp piano sound, then pushing that clarity slider all the way up is going to give you a bit more of that focus. Let's have a listen to the room slider. So that's cool. We can quickly take it from a more direct focus sound to something that sounds a little bit more roomy with just this one slider. Now we click on the Pro tab. This is everything that's happening under the hood here. We've got condensers, we've got a FET 47, we've got some overhead mics, we've got some ribbon mics, and we've got a room mic. So let's turn all of these down and we'll bring them up so we can hear what they sound like. It's kind of a more mono sound. I really like the width that the ribbons have. They sound nice. That's how room sounds. So now that we've got a feel for these, let's create a bit of a blend out of this. I like that. I think that sounds nice. I've just brought the gain down because I was a little generous with these sliders. So that's a cool option, being able to adjust that stuff and create your own unique tones out of the blend of the microphone options there. So we've got our effects tab, which has wobble and pad. Let's check these out. It's cool, it's like that tape wobble effect. So the pad sounds pretty cool. It takes all of the attack out and gives it a slower ramp up into the sound, which does create a paddish effect, which is really nice. So some cool kind of creative options here. And so you can kind of go halfway between and get like a softer sort of sound without totally going pad. I like that little bit of wobble in there, it's nice. And then we've got our width knob. So this is a cool option to help you get the right amount of width on the sound. You may want it in mono, so you can pull it all the way down and just collapse it into a mono signal. Or you may not want it fully spread out. You might just want to bring it in a little bit, just have a little bit of stereo width. And then we've got our gain slider, which basically is just the output gain for the plugin. So this is helpful for if it's getting too loud, you can bring it down. If it's too quiet, you can bring it up, find that sweet spot. Okay, let's take a quick look at the tape side now. Now you can see we've got similar options here. We've got the tone slider, we've got wobble, pad, width, and gain. But the big difference is we've got the lo-fi and we've got noise. So I'm gonna pull these down. And we're going to play with this a little bit and check this out. So basically this is the Shearwater Piano, the one we were just playing with, but it's been run through a tape machine. So we're going to get some nice warmth and color added to it. That's so nice and warm sounding. I love that. So that's our lo-fi slider, and you can see here it says it adds distortion and filtering to emulate a handheld cassette. And it's really cool. As you bring it up, it kind of goes from like a dark sort of saturation distortion, and then it kind of thins out a little bit. And it can take a little bit of playing around between the lo-fi and the tone slider to really find the sweet spot. That. We've got noise, kind of like tape hiss. So you can get a really vibey sound going here. You can build a real lo-fi groove out of this, which is really cool. So you can take it from that crunchy sound, or you can just have a kind of more dark, rolled off, warm, lo-fi sound. So I think that's awesome. So besides having a really nice piano sound, we've also got this unique tape lo-fi kind of piano thing going on here, which is just another tool for creating interesting sounds that you can use in your productions. Now on our paper piano, you can see that the settings are the same as the piano sound. So our pro and our basic settings are mirrored as whatever we have up here on piano. We're going to put it on the basic slider for now. It's pretty cool. It's just another unique sound that you can play around with. And the way they captured this sound was putting masking tape over the strings to give it a more plucky sound, which is really cool. Very unique sounding. When you have the tone all the way down, this is such a warm sound. So between those three sounds, you got so many options. So that's really cool. 3 awesome sounds built into this one piano VST. And I love that. It gives you so many creative options. You can have just your standard chill, intimate piano sounds. You can have it brighter, you can have it darker. You can play with the balance of the mics to craft your sound even further. And then the tape option, you can get really cool lo-fi crunchy piano sounds. You can have just a really nice warm dark piano sound that's just been run through tape. Get a little bit of noise in there as well. It's very vibey, it's really cool. And then the paper piano, just a really interesting tone with that plucky sound. Could be really cool just for like some lead parts, even if you chuck a little bit of reverb on it or something. This could be a really fun sound to use in a production. If you guys like the sound of this and you want to try it out for yourself, there will be a link in the description below to where you can check out the Shearwater Piano. Personally, I love it. I think it's a really nice kind of intimate sounding piano. You can't have too many piano sounds, to be honest. Like having lots of options with instrument sounds is really important. It really helps creativity. It helps make your productions sound different from one another, so you're not always using the same piano sound. And I personally find every time I use a new sound, pick up a new instrument, it inspires me in a different way. So having sounds that inspire you to create new songs, new productions is always an awesome thing to have around. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support my channel, there's a link in the description below to my website. You can go check out my range of drum samples and mixing courses. Grabbing any of those is a massive support. And if you're interested in checking out one of my mixing courses, then check out this next video coming up.